Welcome back from wherever you are watching from. This is Mutembei TV. My name is Joram na karibuni tena. A good afternoon from wherever you are watching from. Na leo hapa hivi niko na kijana moja amazing sana. Bado hata sijajua jina yake. Nataka nimpatie wakati aweze kujitambulisha hapa ili Wakenya waweze kumjua. Niaje bro?
Poa sana.
Mimi naitwa Joram bro. Unaitwa nani?
Mimi naitwa Ramadhan Abdul.
Ramadhan Abdul.
Yeah. Ramadhan
umetoka side gani bro?
Mimi natoka Kayole, Matopeni Spring Valley ward. Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, nilikuwa saizi na teach. Mimi ni teacher at a certain school, nafunza IRE. Yeah.
Oh, a teacher by profession ama?
No. Hustle tu.
So ulijipataje sasa ushaanza kuwa mwalimu na bado mimi najua wewe ulikuwa bado msanii, kuna wakati ulikuwa msanii, uliingiaje kwa njia za ualimu sasa?
Last year nimefanya sana comedy, nilifanya comedy na DJ Shiti. Tumeact episode mob sana. So ilifika time nikarudi shule. Nilikuwa 4th year. So nikarudi shule nimalizie kosi yangu. So vile nimemaliza nikarudi nikaanza kazi ya walimu. Yeah.
So hiyo ilikuwa mwaka gani?
Hiyo ilikuwa last year 2020. Yeah.
Na unaweza tuambia mtaa kwenyu nyumbani hasa ni wapi?
Nyumbani ni Western, Kakamega County, Mumias, South Wanga Division. Place inaitwa Bubala. Yeah.
Huko hivi ndo nyumbani. Umezaliwa mkiwa wangapi? Wewe ni wangapi?
Mimi ni third born. Yeah.
Kwa familia watu wangapi?
Familia yetu tuko watu 6.
Wewe ni third.
Mimi ni third born.
Na wengine wako mbele.
Mimi nako nyuma. Yeah.
Yeah. Unaweza sasa saa hizi watu wanashangaa mbona uko hapa hivi. Unaweza tu kidogo kutuelezea story yako ambayo wenyewe umenipigia simu ukaniambia uko na story unataka kupeana hapa hivi na nikoona nipo nikufikie. Naweza tu kupe hiyo chance uweze tu kujieleza story yako ili watu waweze kusikia.
So mimi kwanza mimi ni one of the 30 million youth ambao wako kwa hii country. Mimi ni miongoni mwa youth ya artists, comedians, entertainers wa Kenya. Nimekuwa kwa industry ya comedy, nimefanya comedy. What we are doing, ile kitu tulikuwa nafanya kwa comedy is that we are only moving but we are not progressing. So nikaona I get it was a good reason for me to go back to school, get something professional so that maybe after school, with the talent and maybe something that you have went to school and study, it may create a very easy environment in the society for you. So nikaenda shule nikamaliza kotesi ya MCA wa mtaa wetu alini support shule nikamaliza, anaitwa Guyo. So venye nimemaliza nikarudi, but realize ile problem na face is not me alone who are facing that problem. We are facing this problem as a whole nation. Many youths are facing the same problem. The reason is because wale wasio kwa industry wamemake, ukisikia msanii anakuambia, msanii upcoming analalamika, alafu msanii mwingine anasema trust the process, then huyo jamaa kwa industry amesha make in the industry anasema trust the process. That is a hypocritical term that they are using just to make others believe that this boy who is analalamika at maybe 1 or 2 3 things is wrong, that is not trusting the process. When the process yenye wanasema to trust, they are making us they making it difficult for us to trust that process because it is not genuine. Because working for example for me, nikiwa mdogo nimeona wasanii wakina Kevin Hart. Now the worst thing you can do in this life is to be real on yourself, especially when everybody is watching you. Some of them fake, but when you face them in the real life situation, they are different people. And now when they come back to camera, what they are telling us is trust the process, never give up, nothing come easy. These are the terms of cartels in the industry. So nika realize there's a time for me to advocate for a harmony entertainment industry, for a harmony youth struggle of this country. Because venye tunaongea saizi we are in times of election. Saizi wasanii ndio wana compose song. Msanii ana compose ya politician song ndio apate pesa. Now after he has composed this song for a politician just to win his heart during this time of election, now what about after election? Where is this boy going to earn? This is what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting that even if it's not time of benefit, we are still benefiting from something because we are still the youth of this country. Now ukiangalia kitambo ma youth walikuwa wanapewa priority. Saizi youth apewi priority. For instance, tuko na Ministry of Youth. Ministry of Youth of this country. We have Ministry of Youth. Ministry of Youth is supposed to have somebody who is representing that ministry should be a youth. Because you cannot tell me, for example, a position of Nairobi women representative, women rep, that position, somebody who is representing women is a man. That is hypocritical. And the reason as to why niliona it's very important for me to address this issue, it's because whatever people are seeing on the camera is not what we are seeing in the real life situation. What we are seeing in the real life situation is contrary to what people are saying on the cameras.
They are faking.
They are faking, exactly. That is the good time to use. The other day I was very happy to see what Eric Omondi was doing. He was advocating for 75%.
On the issue of Eric Omondi, una feel ni kama anafanya the right way ama akona mambo zake?
Eric Omondi, you know what we saw on the camera is what we are judging by it. He was advocating for that. But what he has been doing for the recent past, for me, I don't advocate for it because they may look funny but socially responsible. They are socially responsible. Because when he come up with a program of not creating jobs or creating platforms for the upcoming artist, but creating a platform to mislead girls, how can you bring a show saying that it's a wife material show? For me, I believe a woman that I'll marry, I don't expect to marry a woman who is not settled, who still want to move here from, who still want to do irresponsible things like what they are doing in those cameras. They are misleading young girls in high school, making them feel that is the best way to go, but which in reality is nothing. Yeah.
Nakupata bro.
So the thing is this. For me, ningependa sana. I would like this message to reach every Kenyan, every youth of this country, and let every youth of this country know that, during 1963, after independence, we had the problem. And instead of the problems going away, we are experiencing more problems than we had, because by that time the population of Kenya was not 47 million. They were lesser, but we had problems. And now, because the world is modernizing, everything in this world is modernizing, and I believe if somebody will come out clearly, the way I've come out, I don't believe in any form of unjustified extremism. But I believe when a man is exercising extremism in the struggle or in defense of human beings or his brothers, then there is no vice. But when one is moderate in pursuit of justice, like the one we are talking right now, is not doing anything, then he's a sinner. And that's the reason you can see everybody now in this country, for this time, politics, politics, politics. And I want to tell you what is the meaning of politics. Politics, if you remember Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was a dictator, was a leader in Germany. This man wanted to rule Germany, and now he wanted to know the strategies to win the hearts of the people. Then he went to a man, and this man told him, if you want to rule Germany forever, then use more lies than truth. Be a politician. A politician is a man who uses more lies than truth. And if I'm wrong, all the promises that have been made by politicians, if they have been fulfilled, then somebody will come and I'll be convicted for what I'm saying that is wrong. Everything that they have promised us are lies. That is what makes them as politicians. It is a professional job. I'm not denying that we have leaders. We have leaders who have ventured into politics. But because they have the leadership idea and leadership mind in their heads, they have entered into a system that is completely made by politics. So they have no way of changing the game. But they tell us that the power belongs to us. That is what democracy is telling us. But now the government and the entertainment industry, it has inflicted the entertainment industry with a mental illness. It has turned the so-called democracy to be hypocrisy. Because what they say is the opposite of what they do.
True, true.
Somebody who is hypocritical is somebody who will come today. So you see, we wear this red hood. Is
from Mutembei TV.
Inside here is Mutembei, but the T-shirt inside is KTN. So you are acting hypocritical to us when you are wearing this shirt. Right now, we have the politics that people are preaching right now. People are talking about politics, the hustler nation. For me, I don't believe in such kind of politics. This is not a hustler nation. This is a hypocritical nation with hypocritical leaders. For reason, me I'll divide the so-called hustler nation into two. We have the field hustlers and the house hustlers. The field hustlers are these people you are seeing here. People are seeing them tamarking. Those are the field hustlers. The house hustlers are the people, when it rains, they go to their homes. When the sun is very tough to them, they have somewhere. They can afford a soda to drink. Yeah, they have a fridge when it is very hot. But the field hustlers, we are talking about them. We are the field hustlers. We know how the ground is. So the most important thing that I wanted to tell Kenyans is that we have to understand that we are living in a hypocritical state. A state which cannot afford to bring justice to its youth. I just used the example of Eric Omondi. The other way you saw the way he was brutalized by the police. Not because he was advocating for prostitution or he was advocating for people to steal, but because he was advocating for people or Kenyans to listen, or the government to allow the artists of Kenya, their music to be played 75%. He was brutalized because he was being real. But our state, our nation doesn't want people who are real. They want people who are fake.
Who used to fake? Ama watu wana fake too.
People who fake will survive in this country. People who are real will never survive. Not unless we bring change. Change in this country. I had earlier on declared myself not to vote because I've heard people have been voting. They have been voting, but there's no change. But I said I'll vote, but I'll vote under one condition: if I've delivered my message to Kenyans and it has entered between these 2 years. The thing between the ears is the brain, and understand the concept of my address, because if at all they won't understand it, they will still be given tokens to go and elect misleaders. Or when I say misleaders, it's not a leader, it's somebody who mislead, who go astray from the right path of success. Yeah.
So acha turudi hapo hivi kwa umetuambia wewe ni for now wewe ni mwalimu.
Yeah.
So are you planning on going back to the industry kwa msanii tena ama utaendeleza tu na ualimu?
Yeah, nitarudi kwa industry after what I've started.
Sasa ikiwa imesikizwa sasa.
Sikizwa because you cannot build a house. You cannot build a house like this on a foundation made by mud. Because this one is heavier than the mud. You'll build it and then after all it will fall down. Then you will have done nothing. Maybe some people will be inside dead. That is a problem. So we want to clear the problems on the ground. We want to tell our people that what we need is a fair game on the ground. We don't need people with quotes. People quoting good things, but they are not trusted with what they're saying. Because somebody telling you never give up, and it's the one who's making you to give up, then that person is a hypocrite. And hypocrites have no space, even in heaven. Yeah.
So can you tell us your agenda? Yeah.
My agenda is that, number one, I want to make sure that this country, the youth of this country are given opportunity as the majority. We don't have to give our youth jaba and bangi. Right now you ask a youth form. That is a phrase that is
ile form.
Form ni gani? The form they are asking is shash. You know, for me, I expect when I ask you for maybe a job opportunity.
Mimi ukiniuliza form nakwambia twende unishikie kamera mahali fulani.
So that is what we expect from our youth. But my fellow youth have remained in a state whereby they have been like they are witched. They can't think outside the box because the box has been closed everywhere and they are limited to think for form only. And that is banking. And right now, if you see any political rally, all those people who are there are youth, confused youth who are suffering what we call a mental illness. You might see them physically fit, but mentally they are sick. So we want to change that. We want to come up with the medicine to cure our people so that they realize themselves. Today we are in 2021. In 2050, we'll be having confused village eldermen who have nothing to tell the youth of that time. And then this country that was fought by the Mau, by those forefathers they normally tell us, the likes of Jaramogi, Kenyatta, Abdul, Kagia, will be in vain because nothing for the future they will have accomplished if the youth of that time will be behaving still the same way. There's a man who said, a person who view things at 50 the same he viewed at 20 is a man who has not changed. He has not changed. So if you are at 20 right now, when you are at 50, you need to see things different. But if you still see this thing the same way, then
ukiwa na 20 years
bado unaiona ukiwa na 50. Sasa hizi Kenya tunaiona venye ilikuwa 2012. Corruption, police brutality, confused youth, education with no succession. Right now I'm finished school, but I cannot tell you that I'm going to look for a job. Which job? To get a job is a job itself. So I have no idea of going to look.
To get a job,
it's a job itself. So looking for a job, it's not necessary for me. It's also a job. Yeah. So the most important thing right now is to first of all do away with this hypocritical democracy and come up with a way that will make an environment favorable for our staffs. You start right now as we are talking, the Chinese are 1.3 billion population. Kenya is only 47 million. Hebu nikuulize,
hatujaingia 50?
Hatujaingia 50.
Kwa bado 47.
Mimi nikikuja hapa na KDF moja, alafu hapa kukuwe na wase 10, wewe nikupatie moja au 10 pia niwapatie moja, mgani ata benefit? Huyu mwenye anakula moja peke yake ama hao 10 wenye wanashare KDF moja? Room moja. Now listen, China is more advanced than Kenya with small and less opportunities. They have come up with strategies mpaka sisi tunakopa. Yaani wewe umepewa KDF ukamaliza, lakini bado unataka KDF ya hawa wenye wanagawana 10. Does it make sense?
It makes sense.
So what we need is that we need equality by any means necessary. We need opportunities. We need to be given we need the leaders, not politicians. And if at all Kenyan will elect politician, this country will remain in darkness forever, because politicians have no good at their heart to serve us. What they have is self-interest. They are interested in them and their families. You heard what Ruto say. Ruto is our deputy president. I have so much respect to him. But the fact that he's telling us to push wheelbarrow. When I was young, I remember in class 2, we were used to ask, who do you want to become in future? A doctor, a nurse, pilot, good things, lawyer. Nobody wanted to become a makanga. Nobody was willing. And if you have said that I want to become a makanga, then utachapwa, acha kuchekelewa. Mwalimu ataona, this is the most foolish student in my class. Taita mzazi. But today, you are being told to change the mentality you had for 19 years or 23 years in head in one day to believe that kazi.
You can push a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I can't push a wheelbarrow. If you lead by an example. If you can push a wheelbarrow, why is it that his daughter is an ambassador? You will have given her a wheelbarrow to push. Then we'll have believed in his word. But when he say that he's a hustler nation, he is a hustler himself, that is being hypocritical. What Raila also telling us, those are, he's hypocritical to us. What we need a leader that will come and change this country. A leader who will increase the tax on alcohol by 500% and reduce the price of ugali by 60%. There's no way I'm hungry, I cannot afford to eat ugali, but I can afford to drink alcohol. Are you misusing me or using me? So the thing is this, we need such kind of a leader. We need a leader that will tell youth, you don't have to rely on your education for you to make it in life. You can be creative in life, and those creativity, if you come up with a creative idea, they support you. The government give you a platform for what you have. Right now, you only know a very commodity as the funniest man. Me, my funniest man I ever met is not even a celebrity. He died in the village. Yeah.
Alikuwa nani?
He was called Okutoi. Okutoi was very funny. He died. He wanted to make it as a celebrity, as a comedian, but he died. Because if you will have approached somebody like Eric or any other big comedian, on the camera they will laugh. People will see, oh, today Okutoi is with Eric Omondi or with so and so. But behind the camera, my friend, even if you call Eric Omondi twice, line busy. So I'll ask the youth, don't look at these people in the industry.
Hebu ongelesha mayouth hapa hivi.
My youth, this is what I'll tell you. Depend on yourself. Work for yourself. Don't wait for somebody to come. Jesus died. There is no any other Jesus. That is one who used to carry people's cross. You know, me, I'm a Muslim. For us, Jesus is a prophet. But for the belief of Christians, they say Jesus died for their sins. The thing is this, nobody will carry your cross. Carry your own cross. Work for yourself. Don't wait for a politician or somebody. Create opportunities for yourself. Work hard. And don't believe in the quotes that are given with these people who are successful. So I was a makanga, I made it. No. I've seen a makanga for 20 years, he's still a makanga. Which trick did these makangas who are now big people used? These are just hypocrites trying to tell us that we can be when they know they are the one who limits us to be who we want to be. So, what I'll tell you, this is election time. People are voting. Be wise. Don't be used. Know where to take your vote. And for instance, I say sitapigia president kura. Nilikuwa nimesema mimi ndavotia MCA na MP na governor, because I'll vote for a president which I'll never see. You vote for a president who have bodyguards. When you want to see your president, the bodyguards beat you. It is as if the bodyguards gave him your vote. So, mkuwe wase realistic, tukilia industry, wase wote wenye wako industry. Please, let's support. Wenye tuko chini tusupportiane. I think if we support each other without depending on any miracle from these people, then I think we'll be going somewhere. That's what I think.
Thank you very much. Unaweza waambia your YouTube handles, Instagram, kama uko Facebook, Instagram, kila kitu, TikTok, uambie unapatikana kama nani?
Unfortunately, I am not I'm in Facebook like Ramadhan Abdul, but I'm not on YouTube and even TikTok and Instagram. I'm not interested in those stuffs. Yeah.
So uko tu at Facebook, on Facebook?
On Facebook I'm Ramadhan Abdul. Yeah.
So unaweza peana namba yako?
Namba yangu ya simu ya WhatsApp ni 0792 87 43 13.
Unaweza rudia tu.
0792 87 43 13.
Okay manze, asante sana, na tunasema tena tutakuita juu najua watu wengi lazima wakiona hiyo story ilikuwa so much interesting, lazima watakurequest tena, na ningependa kukuambia wewe uendelee tu hivyo, continue. Yeah, na imekuwa tu poa hapa hivi ndani ya Mutembei TV. My name is Joram na thank you for watching. See you next time, na usisahau kusubscribe if you haven't, na there's another video coming down here, usiende mbali. So keep it locked. Asanteni.